Before I get into today's video, I need to preface it with this disclaimer. I am not saying we are entering a bear market. I am not saying we are still in a bull market. That is not the point of this video. You're going to learn a lot if you pay attention because this video is going to save you for either scenario. So right now, there's a lot of confusion in the air. Some people are asking, was that it? Is the bull market already over? Others think we're just catching our breath before one final parabolic run to new all-time highs. Now the truth is, nobody knows for certain. So refer back to my disclaimer. And that uncertainty is exactly what makes this phase of the market so dangerous, but also so full of opportunity if you know how to navigate it. So today I want to talk to you about what happens after the bull market ends, what the next 4 years are likely to look like, and how you can prepare yourself both financially and emotionally for whatever comes next. Let's start with the most important thing to understand. This is the time when most people get trapped. When the market is clearly in a bear trend, it's easier to stay cautious. When the bull market is just beginning, it's easier to be patient and accumulate. But right now, we're somewhere in between, and that's where people make their biggest mistakes. In past cycles, Bitcoin has followed a fairly familiar rhythm. We see a long accumulation phase, then a breakout, then a gradual climb, and then toward the end of the cycle, a dramatic parabolic move upward. Now that final stage is what most people think of when they imagine a bull market. Huge green candles, media hype, altcoins going wild, and euphoria everywhere. But the thing is, that phase doesn't last long. In 2017, Bitcoin moved from around $8,000 in November to nearly $20,000 by mid-December, just over a month. In 2021, it went from $40,000 in late September to $69,000 by early November. Again, about 6 weeks of vertical movement before the peak. That final run-up is fast, emotional, and filled with FOMO, or fear of missing out. Compare that to what typically happens after Bitcoin reaches its final all-time high for the cycle. The price may hang around those highs for a while, but the market begins to roll over. And when that happens, it tends to fall fast. In both 2017 and 2021, Bitcoin dropped more than 50% within just a few months after peaking. And while altcoins may pump for a little while after that, the liquidity starts to dry up quickly. So here we are now in 2025. Bitcoin has made incredible gains off the lows of 2022. Institutions are getting involved. Spot ETFs are live. Momentum is high, but we haven't seen that true euphoric top just yet. Or have we? That's the big question. There's a very real possibility that what we're experiencing right now is just a cool-off phase, a period of consolidation before the final blow-off top arrives. And that's exactly how past cycles have looked before going vertical. In early 2021, Bitcoin stalled at $60,000 for several weeks before its final push to $69,000. In 2013, there was a full retracement before the final run to $1,100. So if you're looking at the market right now and wondering, is this the end or just the middle? And you're not alone. That's why having a plan is so important. You can't wait for confirmation. If you wait until it's obvious that the market has peaked, it's already too late. The smart move is to prepare for both possibilities. Ask yourself, what happens if the bull market continues another 6 months? Are you positioned to take advantage of that upside? But also, what happens if we've already seen the top? Are you protected? Have you already taken some profits? Do you have some dry powder on hand to put full in effect in the next bear market? Now, one of the hardest lessons I've learned in crypto is that timing the exact top is almost impossible. But you don't need to time it perfectly to come out ahead. What you need is a strategy that works no matter what the market decides to do. That means gradually taking profits as your assets rise. That means having exit targets in place and sticking to them, even if it feels like things are still going up. That means rotating some of your altcoin profits into more stable assets like Bitcoin, or even into stable coins where you can park your gains and wait for better re-entry points. It also means mentally preparing for what comes next, because after the euphoria fades, things get quiet. very quiet. The media stops talking about Bitcoin. Friends who were asking you about crypto every day go silent. Prices dip, and then they dip again, and again, and again. Some projects disappear, and if you're not prepared, that silence can feel crushing. But here's the thing. This is where the real wealth is built. Not during the bull market, but in the quiet. In the years when no one is paying attention, when no one wants to talk about crypto, when everything feels uncertain, that's when you lay the foundation for the next cycle, because there's always another cycle. So what should you expect over the next 4 years? Well, if the current cycle continues as it has in the past, we're likely to see Bitcoin hit a final all-time high, followed by a retracement, a sharp drop, and then a long, drawn-out bear market. Prices will fall, sentiment will fade, and time will seem like it stretches on forever. That's when accumulation starts again. That's when builders keep building. That's when smart investors start preparing for the next halving, the next bull run, and the next wave of adoption. The types of projects that tend to survive and thrive in the bear market are the ones with real use cases, strong teams that have proven themselves over the years, and actual development happening behind the scenes. The hype-driven coins, the meme projects that explode and then disappear, most of them won't be around next time, and that's okay. But if they are, they'll be launching a new version of the same story. But you'll know better, right? I hope you'll know better. This is where the long-term mindset becomes your superpower. If you can hold your focus through the downturn, you'll be ready when the cycle resets. You'll be the one who's already positioned. That's a very enviable position to be in. You're already educated, already moving with the rhythm of the market instead of reacting to it. This is how you can be ahead of the curve. It starts in the bear market. So, what kind of investor do you want to be between now and the next halving? Do you want to be the person who disappears during the bear market, missing the best opportunity ever, only to re-enter late in the next cycle, buying near the top again? Or do you want to be the person who understands that this game is played across years, not weeks, and that your decisions now will determine your outcomes then? This is your opportunity to break out of the reactive mindset that traps most people in every cycle. You can be different. You can start preparing now before the headlines disappear, before the prices fall, before the hype fades. You can take profits now, study the projects you believe in, and build your strategy for the next 4 years. I'm curious, and please let me know in the comments, do you think the top is already in, or are we still building toward that final euphoric stage? I'd love to hear how you're preparing for the next chapter, whatever that looks like. And if you want to learn how to navigate the next 4 years with clarity and confidence, check out learningcrypto.com. Whether we're heading into the next bull run or the next bear market, the best thing you can do is get educated, stay involved, and think long term. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one.